Hello, everyone. My name is Cool Cat, and this is my channel, Penny for Thoughts, where I will be talking about different topics, conversations, and things that come to my mind that I would normally post on an Instagram story. But now I just want to bring it to YouTube to create and build a more diverse community. So please grab your wine, grab your snacks, and let's get into this conversation that I've been thinking about the longest that I have to ask the girlies. So let's get into the biggest one that's been on my head, which is preferred. Do people now, with us in today's society, prefer to have messy coworkers but a cool boss, or chill coworkers and an overbearing manager? And honestly, who wins in the end? Which is more peaceful? So, as someone who has been working since they were 16, I've had a combination of a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and full on hot mess. And I think we should really get into the conversation of the fact that when it all comes down to it, it's based on what they are given and what we can handle. And I feel as though that when, in my personal opinion, let's break it down. Having the chill coworkers is good because you guys can get through the day together, but then having an overbearing boss is a lot. Now I feel like it's only manageable if the boss is rarely around, like if they're barely there and you're able, and y'all as the co-workers can be able to just do your own thing separately and parallel play and help each other out, then I feel like that I can see why that's the case. But the minute the boss comes in there more often, starts switching things up, starts changing the rules, I feel as though that's when things get a little sticky. And that's why in a position like that, in my opinion, if you're in a situation like that where your coworkers are cool, but your boss is overbearing like that, and they are constantly around and changing things up, if you are someone with a sane mind, I give it 6 months tops, maybe a year if you really need the money. If the money is really good, I would say a year. But overall, I say 6 months. Now, in the retrospect, where the coworkers are the messy ones, the messy boots, but then your manager is chill, I feel like that depends. Because is the manager only cool with you, or is she also cool with the messy coworkers? I feel like it's levels to it. So when they are only cool with you, and if you're doing your job, you're showing up and you're distancing yourself from the drama, then honestly, there's nothing that the messy coworkers can do. Because we know there are some coworkers who will try to sabotage your job, sabotage your position, try to throw you under the bus, or even give you more work, or just try to make things a bit more difficult for you. But if the manager is cool and you're doing your part and you kind of like distancing yourself to yourself and stuff like that, I feel as though that the manager would be able to know that that's not like them. And I feel like that's where you win at, cousins. That is where you win at when in that situation. But if it's in a situation to where the manager is cool with everybody, you got bigger fish to fry. Because I feel like in that case, the manager is not cool with everybody if the coworkers are messy. Because then if that's the case, then I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this now, they're talking about you behind your back. If you have some very messy coworkers that don't do their job right, or it's just like horrible, bad talking, gossiping about everybody and in front of your face, and the manager is keying with them off to the side, like behind the scenes, in the scene, around the scene, in the emails, in the DMs, hanging out outside of work. My kids know your kids. When it comes down to stuff like that, I'm sorry, babes, but they're talking about you behind your back. And me personally, I feel like that's the worst type because I'm sorry. They are preying on your downfall. They are preying on your downfall. Honestly. And when it all comes down to that, that type of situation, when the coworkers are messy and the boss is chill with everybody, it depends on the work. If you're doing independent work, I say about a year, maybe a year and a half. If you have to work with them collectively, like group work, collaborative work, 6 months to a year. I would say 2 years for the other one. But if the chill supervisor is not cool with the messy coworkers, you can be there for like a good 1-2 years. Like, if you're just trying to get your little one off and just, hey, I just need to be somewhere for like a hot minute. I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to job search for like a hot minute. I just want to sit down somewhere and make my quick little money. And then when the time comes, then, okay, what's going on? Either I'm leaving or y'all give me a raise. So I can see that. Now this is like on a whole different, deeper level, because when talking about this, I feel as though that we have to bring up the work culture that was shown to us in our youth and growing up. You could not watch a 2000s rom-com movie without seeing these cool work environments where everybody has a good co-worker, an even greater boss with a great job, and they get to go to happy hour and go to lunch for hours on end and everything else. Or, when that's the big city. And then in real life, like actual real life, it was still like that too, but kind of in like a small town or Midwest setting, to where like they knew each other's families. Okay, their kids knew each other kids, like, and so that's why they like, oh, we're such a family. The family has not been the same since Big Mama passed. Okay, the family has not been the same since Big Mama being Obama. The family, which is corporate working America, has not been the same since Big Mama Obama has left the office. And I don't think y'all get how refreshing and beautiful that era was. Because when I tell you, I was still a minor when that happened, but I get goosebumps because I was in Chicago during both terms when Obama was in, and baby, like BK Tidal Wave said, what a time to be alive. Like, this was like one for the books, especially the first term. The first term had a je ne sais quoi in it. Like, we got so much out of it. We were like, unfortunately, going through the recession together that the previous presidential term left us with. We as a collective was bracing through, which is why we had amazing music, media, television, and then it bled over to just great movements, to where I felt like you started to see a lot of people get hope. And that's when we go into the millennial hope core. Are you guys following me when I say this? It's all connected. So with that being said, and even down to one of my favorite eras, like I have a lot of favorite eras, but my top one that I've been very nostalgic about lately has been the Black Girl Magic, Black Millennial Hope Core era, around that 2010 to 2014 era. Oh my gosh, like it was a time was truly a time and a blessing to be around there. Like, we would have the BET, "This is how I rock." We would have that on every year. Michelle Obama. We had the natural hair movement was at its peak, and like everybody was being experimental and finding their individuality while still stepping into their roots. But let's circle back. I say all that to say that when Big Mama passed, all of that went down the drain. Everybody felt as though that they had to conform in the workplace, out the workplace. Everyone felt like, you know what, like I felt as though that the people were really big into conforming, and even now with a lot of different things, conforming, and then also too the ones that felt like they're being different when they have no originality and they have a nastiness behind it. Like the people that's like, I'm just a blunt person, I'm just a blunt person. You're mean. There's a difference between blunt with honesty, with true kindness and purpose behind it. And that's the thing, there's no purpose behind it. You're just saying mean stuff. I can't stand that. But this is what led to Big Mama being gone. And so because of that, people felt as though like, oh no, Big Mama is gone. And the people that's here now that's supposed to be taking over, and once again, this applies on different levels, but let's keep it focused on the work culture. The people that's, and even if we go down to the CEOs and everything else, now that the things are changing and things are shifting, people felt as though that I'm not going to give this company my all when I'm not getting anything in return. And so that's why, like, honestly, like staying at a job long term now, as I'm a Gen Zer, but I'm an elder Gen Z. Staying at a job long term now is like 1 or 2 years. Back then, it was a decade. Like somebody staying at a job for like a decade, 5 to 10 years was like, girl, yeah, I know your pension is good. Yeah, girl, you're putting your kids through college. Like it was like, yeah, okay, and my cousin that came straight out of jail is doing that. Like, you're nobody special. Like, that was common. That was common back then. Now that's like rare fool's gold, if you will. Very rare, but cheap. It's a rarity in the sense of, wow, people are still doing that. But it's cheap in the sense of you're still doing that for that cost. It's fool's gold. And so I say all that to say that people, and when it all comes down to it, when we break down on which is more peaceful, I feel like it really depends on your circumstance. It depends on your goal and what you're trying to achieve. Like, do you want to just stay here for 2 years so you can finish up school? Do you need to be here for 6 months so you can transition and find a better job? Like, it depends. And it also depends on who you are as a person. I'm not a big people person, but when it comes to working, you have to deal with people, whether that's going to be customer patient based or coworkers. And I feel like you really got to choose your battles. And when it comes to working in a team environment with your coworkers, you really have to choose your battles, because it can get very sticky. And that's why I feel as though, in your opinion, please comment down below, which is more peaceful to you, or in the sense of, if you are thinking in the sense of, okay, like your current situation now, if you're trying to find a job, just who you are as a person, like what would be more peaceful, whether that's, the like I said, messy coworkers, chill boss, or chill coworkers, overbearing boss. I will say from personal experience, the jobs that I've lasted the longest in was actually with the chill boss that was not friendly with the messy coworkers. And the cherry on top was the fact that I did not have to do teamwork with my coworkers, so I did independent work. So, in my personal opinion, I felt that that was more peaceful and it allowed me to stay at the job longer. It was so peaceful to the point to where when I left that job, my manager is on my reference list. Okay, let me repeat that again. I was so peaceful at that job and so great at doing my job that my manager said that I can use her as a reference. Clock that. Let's clock that. So, that is all that I have for now. I am going to be doing more of these different topics and discussions. I'm going to try to create a community tab, polls, and everything for all of us to be able to engage. There will be more videos similar to this on my YouTube. Please bear with me. The last time I did YouTube was pre-COVID. This was before YouTube Shorts. So now that I'm back, I'm diving off in the deep end. So please bear with me, y'all. I'm trying to do this because I just want this to be fun. I want this to be chill, and I really just want us to kind of like it's 9 p.m. right now. Got me a little something. I got me a little drink, and I'm just talking with y'all. So I just want that to be the vibe without it feeling so podcasty. It's just us gal pals talking. Gross. But please make sure y'all comment down below. What they be talking about, the hype thing? Give a thumbs up, subscribe, post notification bell on, because like I said, I do plan on dropping soon. And please, I know that the stuff right now for the video is given PowerPoint. Please, not too much on me. I was just very focused on talking, but one of my next videos may have more images, okay? So please be nice to me. Thank you all, and y'all have a good night. Cool cat out. Bye.